Now we extend our honor to them and we standing for the people with your to be. Yes, for every Wednesday evening, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. exclusively on 911 FM. Our new program should over facts that we carry each other with information to inform, educate, and organize our community in Jackson and abroad. No rational comment or opinion are regarding the interrupted at your comment and participation. We set up one concept integrity, respect, and progress, and effort to reach for a better future in all aspects of the everyday lives of our family and our children. Without joining our Sean today and just bringing to you standing people where together we can. Heard exclusively on Community 9.1 FM WMPR.
Good evening, 7 p.m. and it's Wednesday. I'm Ali Shamsuddin and this is Standing for the People. As I always say, this program is brought to you by the people. Hear me talking about different sponsors or whatnot, because the sponsors for this program are citizens like yourself who got together and said, back on the air, Shamsuddin, used to act with Mr. Tisdale, views from the black side. That was on Friday nights. Mr. Tisdale is not with us anymore. He's gone to his reward, but we know that things are all right with him. So this program is designed for us to think about the facts that we have to deal with in our everyday life. We're not talking about rumors. We're not talking about gossip. We don't want to know about anybody's life other than what they might be doing, dollars, in positions that they have authority to. But we want to deal with no in order to make proper decisions. You know, I keep saying, here in Mississippi, we have a unique situation. Mississippi had the history of being on the bottom economically and politically forever. Now, at that time, Black folks didn't have no input whatsoever about the vote in Mississippi. And at that time, we really outnumbered the white folks in Mississippi. Why was that? Because Mississippi was a slave state. That meant that they were importing more Africans as slaves into this state as white folks were coming into this state. But at the end of the Civil War, African Americans at that time, where they were still Africans because they weren't allowed to be citizens, outnumbered white folks 10-1. Finally, when African Americans got in America, white folks understanding it now with Black folks able to vote as they did right after the Civil War. We had in our legislature, Black folks were in the majority. I'm not talking about state legislature. Black senators, United States senators, Highland rebels and others. Congress people, started writing on the wall. So what did they do? They came up with the white citizens, came up with the Ku Klux Klan. The effort was to intimidate Black folks to the extent lynching and burning and all these type of things, harassment, to make them move, go north. That's what they wanted. That's what we did. That's why today they call Chicago, Mississippi up north. So many of us just went straight north. Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, St. Louis. We know. We always got plenty of relatives up there. Now here we are in Mississippi. We're almost 40% of the population. African Americans. We're almost 40% of the population. Here in Hinds County, we're almost 90% of the population. Here in Jackson, again, we're almost 90% of the population. Now, why do I call it a unique situation? Because what that means now that we are able to vote, we should register and we should vote. We should register and we should vote. We've had African American mayor in Jackson for almost 30 years now. We've been on the city council, 7 members, 5 of which are African American. Board of Supervisors, 5 members on the board, all 5 are African American. Hinds County Public Schools, Jackson Public Schools, particularly Jackson Public Schools, superintendent of school members, a member representing each ward, 5 of which African American, controlling $434 million. Not a dime of that $434 million can be spent unless it's okayed by that board of 5 African American members out of 7 and the black superintendent. And you look at the kind of programs that our school district has and are C rated. You look at what's happening in Jackson. And you know, it would seem, you know, again, this people I'm talking to us. This is a call-in show, 601-948-5955. And believe me, whatever's on your mind, everybody out there got the same thing on their mind. And when they hear somebody else, they say, okay, yeah, I'm on the right track. But here we are controlling all this money. We got to stop putting people in these offices that can't think of nothing to do, steal the money, or to give it away to the white folks who really don't need it as much as we do. At the same time. But out of the $434 million, with less than 17,000 students over there, what are we getting? What are we getting? And here now, yes, I'm going to talk about it. District attorney guilty to bribery. And I believe you me. I'm saying it. The mayor next, former mayor, the former mayor. You know, all this talk about we the people, but they forget that when they get an opportunity to steal. When they get an opportunity to steal. This is why we have to become, and you know, white folks have a 200-year head start on us in terms of understanding how politics are supposed to work and how to put pressure on the people that they put in these offices of responsibility in control or over the money that they spend in taxes. Because you can believe me, all of that $434 million under the control of the school district is our tax money. You and I, it's our tax money. I'll take this call. Are you on there?
How you doing, Jennifer, today?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
All right, I was shopping, so down here. I was shopping my cousin, the kid guilty on yesterday. And I said about these no more. But the thing that gets me the most, they got all them cocaine DVRs and supposed to take reads and all doing involved in it. Medicaid fraud, that's it, what it's called. And they found a way, they always find a way to get this pipe to get off. But whatever they do,
Right.
they found a way for 34, 3700 account that the president of the United States got and put that man in charge and know everything about him was wrong.
Right.
He's still doing wrong, and
Right.
because he's still in office. And that's the point I can't understand. But you want to hang the black man for everything he do. But
Right.
that's the money that they come like that, that ain't nothing past to be got them and the other people that took the money. But
Right.
I applaud Joseph for at least manning up and saying, okay, yeah, I'm guilty.
Right. Right. Well, you give him credit for that. Give him credit. I appreciate your call, Carl. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can give him his credit for that. But I mean, we as African Americans, I don't know what get in our mind that they don't think that they watching us when we in control of that amount of money. That the system, the FBI is still white folks. The federal white folks. You think they're gonna let us sit over that amount of money and not watch us like my grandmother used to say, like a duck watching a June bug, that we can get away with stealing? The only way we get away with stealing is when we stealing to give it to them. Go there.
Oh, yes, thank you for taking my call. I am really concerned about this next that Hines County has imposed as it relates to this jail now. If I'm not mistaken, we had already had, 2 increases for the jail, and now it's, 280 million when it's supposed to be 80 million. I think that the citizens of Hines County, I know we pay the highest taxes, but we're not seeing the product of our money.
You're absolutely
And
right.
I'm wondering what is going on that we need another tax increase and nobody is saying anything.
Well, you're making a good point, Carla. Thank you. And that's just the point. And Carla, you welcome to call back if you choose. Look, we got to realize we got to watch our money. We got to watch it. We gave the school board a $60 million bond increase. Where is that? $434 million they got over there and food. We had a caller to call in a couple of weeks ago about this Lake Hyco, the 16 section lane. That means that belongs to the school district over there. That they talking about putting this data center and whatever. The money that comes out of that will go to the school district. But again, when we put people in office, they're thus far, because we can look around us and see that. Thus far, their biggest plan is how to get rich themselves. Because we don't see the results of any other plan that they have. Even that water meters that we got that's charging people several $1,000s a month for their water at a residential home. We didn't need those water. There's a chance for some people to get, which they did. I'm talking about some black folks. But how do we benefit from? Oh, the call is right. Here, the lady Lee Bridges over there confessing to stealing $90. Civilly, her. Civilly, there's a big difference between criminal pursuit, a criminal case, and a civil case. Go to jail. You don't go to prison. They just telling this white woman, pay us our money back and we'll be okay. And the difference is just in the paper today, a lady out of Jackson, Jefferson, pled guilty to welfare fraud, $2,100, looking at 20 years in jail. 20 years. You see, and so we think that we as black folks can get the money, and white folks ain't gonna watch us, as they say, like a hawk. But then outside of that, where is the integrity? That when we put people in, they remember what it took for them to get there, what it took for us even to be able to vote for them to be there. And besides that, the history and the legacy that our people had to go through here in Mississippi, and then after that, black code laws and going to jail for nothing. Right now, in Mississippi, today, 68% of the people in our jails are black. 68%. Go ahead, Carla, you're on there.
Hey, Mr. Chairman, I got one little fact on that. Now, my point is that it makes no difference when we if people in Sugar Jackson, because if you're criminals selling dope, the white folks don't make money to make it. They know when to come back and take that money from you go. They know you can't do nothing with it. And they know that once you're on the upside, because one white collar crime, they know what you're doing. When they do that, fuck you. They ready to sit there and send you to jail. It's just like we got Chris F in jail now. He was the only black person that should state government. What other black person we have in state government? They got in the face fast.
And check this out now. Not to you can go on. Check this out. That he embezzled over $1 billion. That he embezzled over $1 of which he got $1 million. So what happened to the other $99,900 that he embezzled? They ain't in jail. That's how they do it. And on your point, when the last time you heard of a major, not even major, when is the last time you heard of a drug bust in Jackson?
The last person that was on drug bust was this little black kid named Starsky Red or Starsky Black.
I was an attorney in that trial. Starsky Red. That was back in 2025. 2005. I'm sorry, 2005.
Right.
That's right.
75, they gave it was 75 years.
99.
99 years?
I was one of the attorneys in that trial. I represented. I got that person acquitted, but he got 99 years.
Like he created it.
Right. Let me go through another call. You can call. Yeah.
How you doing? This thing, I figured I called in and I'm always in 100% agreement in your assessment of the situation, the circumstances which surround us in the black community. But the atrocity is that these things that being perpetrated against us, we have always had that expectation from our white counterparts, but so many things that we do it against ourselves.
Right.
And it's embarrassing and it's heartbreaking, it's disappointing. Because just like you said, though, our profiles have sacrificed a great deal for us to have the achievements and have the opportunities in which we have. But the truth of the matter is that when you see people lying, cheating, and stealing, that's somebody that is inept and inadequate.
Right.
And they don't feel confidence in their ability to function and operate at the level of standard and of service which they took an oath to do. So you're not being smart when you're stealing and lying, cheating. When I was coming up, smart folks didn't have to cheat, brother.
That's right, brother.
So,
you're right.
So if you want to show yourself to be intelligent, if you want to show yourself a person of character and integrity, do the right thing. That's the smart thing to do, because when the Bible says the righteous can be as bold as a lion, it's the wicked that flee when no man pursue it.
Come on,
I'm going to say this and I'm going to close.
Yes, sir.
That we, the citizens of Jackson and Hinds County, as taxpayers, we paying for all this foolishness.
Right.
We paying
Absolutely.
And look at the problem that we have. We can't even get police community over protection over there in the Queens Magnolia Terrace.
Right.
It's like a war zone over here.
Right.
And then they want to maintain a city council and their supervisors, and they holding these positions and the expectation for people to look up to them and give them some consideration.
Right.
I give honor where honor is due. But if you're not doing your job, I don't care who you are. I'm not a coward. I'll tell any man to his face, you need to step your game up and you're not doing your job. We need to speak the truth. And we need to stop playing trick politics and having an expectation for things to work out well. We got to raise the standards and put our foot down and say no more.
There you go, brother. Thank you. I got another call. Thank you so much, brother. Go ahead, caller, you on there.
Good evening, Judge. How you doing?
Good to hear you. How you doing, my sister?
I'm doing okay. Okay. Look, I was listening to you and the last caller talking about and you said you attorney was in the court during that time. But let me ask you, wasn't that that case that I was Robert Smith problem with?
Yeah.
What that was the beginning of that was the beginning of that problem they had when Jim Hood thought that he was gonna come in and take that money. And Robert Schuler Smith let him know that he wasn't. But to get on what that caller was saying, to get out to make the point with what I'm trying to say, what that caller was saying about, and which I was indicating, younger than white folks, if they can't get no money out of it, if they can't get the money and get any money out of it, they ain't gonna let it go through. That was the beginning of Smith's problem with Jim Hood, prosecute him for any old thing in the state, in our city. But I called to say that been calling this for a long time about that stuff that's going downtown. And I was one of the ones the naysayers didn't want to hear, but you would know about all the problem that was going on down county. And guess what? It's gonna be some more things that's gonna come out.
You're right.
And people
You're
gonna
right.
prosecute because the Fed's not finished. They're not finished. Out that they want Jody was the biggest fish, but Jody's gonna jump ship, and now he's fit to tell everything he knows.
You better believe it.
It's not just on Anton. It'll be on a lot of more other stuff that we don't even know of, because Jody got a sweet deal out of this by him. He got 5 years as opposed to getting 30 years. So you know he's giving some stuff. So he's snitching. All right. Thank you for keeping us informed. Thank you.
Thank you for your call. Go ahead, call there.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Look, what you a judge or you attorney?
I was a judge for 15 years. I'm a practicing attorney now.
Okay, well, thanks for taking my phone call. Reason I called, y'all get Joe and Oil too much credit to be done.
Go ahead and say your piece, brother.
The reason I said that, he kicked somebody up under the bus to reduce his time.
Well, in order to do a plea and to get any what they call a deference, downward deference, you got to give them something. That's just the standard. That's it. Now, I'm saying that as an attorney and have practiced in federal court. In order to get a deference down, you got to give them. For anybody out there who think that Jody just played and got a downward deference just because he said I'm guilty, that ain't how it works. Appreciate the call, brother.
Yes.
That's why I said, how you doing, Brother Dan? That's why I said, some more are gonna fall. Some more are gonna fall. And I said before, back here a while back, $1 million of COVID money disappeared to some L&N incorporations that don't exist. That was over there when Anton was mayor. Seemed to have got away with that money. I said, show and talk. $1 million. Now, one thing that I say to us, well, we have to be more sophisticated and understand. We point the finger at the mayor, but remember now, one of the city council members, Aaron Banks, was caught up in that, and the only way the mayor got away with doing the things that he was doing is that he had to have at least 4 council members that was always there doing whatever he wanted. Virgil Lindsay was one. Grizel, Brian Grizel. So you know, as I say, when the mayor just recently come out and said the city of Jackson is $23 million in debt. $23 million in debt. The city council sitting there thinking that we don't understand that they are the body that is in charge of the money. The mayor can't go out and spend thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars unless they okay it. That means at least 4 members of the council have to okay that payment, have to okay that contract. Just like this $100 million, 100-year contract that Richards got. Richards garbage disposal. $100 million 10-year contract. The city council had to okay that. When the mayor gave this company, this white law firm out of Birmingham, Alabama, we got white law firms in Mississippi, for that matter. I mean, you just want to say it like that. I mean, if you keep the money in state, then you got law firms.
Oh, Lord.
But the 4 members, at least 4 members of the city council had to vote to give this $33 million away.
Show you right.
Because all they had to do was come over here and sign that agreement that's a city legal department. Our tax dollars are paying the legal department and decide whether this is a good agreement or not. We paying them already to do that.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, they just hope we don't understand the process. Go ahead, Carl.
Hey, Mr. Champion, I gotta make my.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Go right ahead. Hey, the fact is, waste management was doing a good job. You know, like Vernon Harley said if it ain't broke, why fix it?
I'm saying Richard has done a damn good job.
Well, that's not the point. The point is, the point is, Richard was not the lowest bid. Lee Bush and his son underbidded Richards. They underbidded Richards. That is a black company here in Jackson.
I'm talking about his service.
Okay, well, we talking about getting we talking about getting what you pay for.
Yeah, have a great day.
Getting what you pay for. Now I'm talking about we got a local business, Lee Bush and his son, who had been working under waste management for almost 20 years. Why couldn't we keep that money right here in Jackson with businesses, doing businesses who are people who live here in Jackson?
So, it's Bernie Martin. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, bro?
Doing good. You doing all right?
I'm good. Good to hear you, man. I want to say this before we go any further. I talked to Smith today, and he's committed. He said if we get a court date, he's committed.
A re-election date, a vote date.
Yeah, vote date. I'm sorry. Vote date. Thanks for the correction.
As long as there's a date set, and like I told you last time we talked, I think he's committed to being there, but you know, we don't want to waste time. If there's not a date set, then we don't need to have anything. But as long as the date set, he's agreeing to be there and participate.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. There's someone telling me he's scared. What do you be scared, man? It's gonna be equal. My horse ain't in the race. I'm saying the people want to know who they're getting. That's all my point is.
And to back that, I know he's not afraid. The last 2.5 years, he's been doing the job, and people know the kind of job he's been doing. So I think voters in District 2 are going to, hear both sides and make a decision at some point down the road if they have to. But I wanted to call in. You always do a good show, always do a good job. I appreciate you keeping people informed the way you do, and just keep up the good work. My question to you is this: are you surprised that the DA let the plea by deadline go by, took a plea after the plea by deadline, and do you think there's going to be a trial in light of his plea? Because obviously, if he turn the state's evidence and turn the evidence in favor of federal government, the chances are the cases for Lumumba banks have just got exponentially more difficult. So I want to know your thoughts on that.
All right, brother, and thank you for your call.
All right, man.
You know, and I will say this as a practicing attorney. Yeah, Warren, that's a good question. And I practice over there in federal court in criminal matters. But as I was saying earlier, bills don't come without stipulation. They don't come without stipulation. They don't just decide, hey, I'm gonna give you. It don't work like that. You give me something, and then we give you a break. That's how that works. That's how that works. Period. They do not say we're gonna give you time off just because we like you. That ain't gonna happen. So as you're saying, now the information that he's gonna have to give, is definitely gonna affect anti-Lumumba situation. It's gonna affect dramatically. So now that goes without saying. So and they letting when you let the deadline go by, what you are at that point is doing what they call an open plea. Standing there before the judge, and the judge get to do whatever the judge thinks is necessary, or DA may have offered you 5 years. When you're standing there on an open plea, the judge is not bound by that at all. So now we got a situation. The DA has took a plea, which means I'm going to cooperate. I'm going to tell you what you need to know against anybody else that you have issues with. That is criminal issues. And in light of that, again, I'm saying, when are our black elected officials going to realize you can't steal white money and they let you get away with it? Time you still giving it back to them like they're doing over there in the school district. But you ain't gonna just steal their money and get away with it. Period.
It's a different law.
Go ahead, Carly, on there.
Yes, Anthony, I wanted to know something else about Joey. If we were any other individual, they turn over state evidence too. You know how black folks do, they're gonna try and get each other anyway.
I guess so.
So if it was me to anybody else, they can get a better deal. I tell my mama. That's what we do. But listen, 12 a dozen attorneys are there with him. And let me tell you something, he ain't broke, his family ain't broke. Ain't none of them broke.
No.
So it wasn't about the money. There's nobody around the Joda ain't never been broke.
Right.
Any wife made good money. So the money has been in the family all of the points. Right?
And everybody knows that. Yeah.
From the time, yeah. So that was the day ain't broke. So black people do the thing. And they do it not, sometimes it's not money motivated. It's other things, a lot of times we think we can just get away with stuff, whatever.
Right.
But the thing about it, ain't nobody talking about Jody wouldn't do. We all, because we're trying to say if it was help us in any situation. And they thank for taking my call.
Appreciate you. James Brown made a record once. And I had to think on it. It took me years to really get it, but James Brown made a record once. He said, money won't change. And I used to dance.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
I
I could cut it, man. but he said, money won't change. That is,
oh God, today.
if you're a thief or you're a liar,
yeah,
a lot of money ain't gonna change that.
Oh no.
And that his callers in, Jody ain't been hurting his family. Ain't never.
No, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Never had.
So what's in you is in you.
Yeah.
And that Oh,
Yeah.
Go ahead, call you on there.
Ali,
Yeah,
when you were talking about those plea deals, it's just like this. You got what you trying to say. I scratch your back.
that's how it goes, man. I mean, that's just the rule. That's the rule.
And I understand that. Just like you were talking about you talking about that money, you were saying that you can't get away with stealing the white folk money. That's just like people going on their job. You can't go on the job and do what the white folks do.
We ought to know that by
Yeah.
now. We should. You're
And
right.
and that's just the bottom line.
You're
You
so
just
right,
can't
brother.
go and do what the white folks do and keep your job. You can't do that.
You know. I thank you for your call. Reverend Jackson, I'm glad to see you come in, brother. You know, for me, you know, you're always my man.
Listen, you my man. You my man, Judge. Judge, thank you for having me tonight. First of all, I want to say I'm very sorry for being late. This is one thing that happened tonight. Storm come through and so forth, but
Right,
the Lord is in control.
right, always.
But tonight, you was talking about the city council. We have a plaque here tonight for one of the that stood up, wrote everything up for him to go by, Senator Kirksey.
That's right.
Senator Kirksey, we got your good friend. We're going to give you tonight. He was Mr. Tisdale.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
I want, if, should we here?
She's not here yet. She's not here.
Should not here? White,
Yes,
come on. Let's do this.
Reverend.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are you at a mic?
Yes, sir. I am.
Speak up.
I am. I'm gonna definitely do that. It's no other choice for
Yeah.
me.
All right.
As we,
Yeah, read it for me.
Mrs. Lily Mae Jackson Scholarship Fund Annual Trailblazer Award. Just as the Son of Man did not come to serve, but to serve and to give life for many. Matthew 20:28. In appreciation to legacy and two outstanding men, the Lily Mae Jackson Scholarship like to remember the contributions they made while serving their community. Senator Henry J. Kirksey, Mississippi Senator, who championed economics, jobs, and political opportunities. Mr. Charles Tisdale, a civil rights crusader who believed was a critical part of activism. Presented this day, 1st of July, 2026, to Attorney Ali Shamsuddin by Reverend Dr. Clifton Jackson Sr., founder and president. Man, this plaque, Judge, is just immaculate.
Man.
I must say.
For those who look at on my StreamYard and
Yeah, that's a plaque there.
You know, the Reverend Jackson, you know I appreciate it.
Listen, Judge,
You know I do.
I want you to know that the Lily Mae Jackson Scholarship Fund want you to have the fact you are a trailblazer. And not only that, you're a man of character. You don't stoop, you don't, your back is not bent.
Yes, sir.
Stand on the square.
Yes, sir.
And I appreciate you, and the Lily Mae Jackson wants you to have this. And I want to say again, a lot of people ask me, Reverend Jackson, where you getting all that money from? That's for you to find out for me to know.
That's all, Reverend.
See, I'm not no poor man.
Yes, sir. No, by no means.
I'm by no means.
And let me say this, you're not a vault man.
No, sir.
That's a
No,
big
sir.
difference.
No,
You
sir.
got,
No, sir.
you got some
And I want
people out there that think they got money and still vault.
yeah, but I want you to know that, Judge, and two others that we're going to recognize. Lady Cherie for one. And we got the board pick John Brown.
John Brown.
John Brown is the oldest constable around.
Oldest elected, been elected more than
Any other constable.
Yeah,
Known him for a long time.
right.
And he's my constable. And the thing of it is, we want to recognize people that's doing the right. And
And
we're gonna do that.
you know that Reverend Jackson, I have to say this about you because I know you ain't gonna say it about yourself, but see, you're a person who stands strong yourself, brother. And that's why I appreciate you. Because you were there in the days when Tisdale and I were
Yes, sir, right there.
out here
Yes,
battling.
sir.
And when Shockway Lumumba the
Senior,
senior, he stood against the Klan.
along
You-
with Brother
you
P.J.
and-
Williams.
Yes, see,
Yes, sir.
there were people who decided
Reverend N.
in
Jackson.
Jackson, men, white and black, who
Yes, sir.
stood up and said, "Look, we ain't going for that no more."
Not no more.
Let me take this call, Reverend Jackson. Go ahead, Carl. Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Trying to speak on the president. The president, the people that know that they can get that money back. He telling the people that whoever they took from and do it like that they can get that money back. See, we ain't getting our money back because we stopping it. We didn't get, I want to find out, if you think I'm lying, get the president, today, and let me visit him.
That brother you said, all right, and I'd have to heard this president say anything about getting anybody any money back if you didn't have it. Now he and his colleagues, his cronies, who billionaires to start with, they're making all the rules to favor them. But this, and Reverend Jackson will back me up on this. And
Yes, sir.
that is, you can count on the devil to overdo it.
Yes, sir.
And this president gonna make things so bad, cause now white folks gonna find out that we ain't the only one on welfare. When he start fair and all these social programs that they trying to cut, the white folks who were made for in the first place,
That's what it was. Yes, sir.
there is no program in this country
Yes, sir.
and never had since 40 Acres and a Mule, which they
We ain't
did
got
away
that
with.
yet.
Yes.
We ain't got that
There's
yet.
no program in this country that's designed strictly for to period.
Let me say this, Judge. I want you to know, and I want all the radio listeners to know, baby, you say what you will, Nate. The only stick that we have now, and they're trying to cut that out. You go when you go and register to vote, that's not enough. You got to go to the polls and vote.
You got to vote.
Now we're gonna quit voting for those not working for us, doing what they want to do, and then they'll move out of the neighborhood trying to be white. And the
Yes.
white man don't want him in the neighborhood no way, then they'll move out of there. They done left the reservoir. I don't know what them white folks on now.
They're trying to come back and take Jackson. Go ahead, Carly, on there.
I was calling like about the trouble. That's why you ain't getting no fun. But now I ain't gonna wait on you.
Well, brother, we tried. I'm sorry, but I only have a certain amount of time.
Right.
So I can't get off message
Right.
like that. But Reverend Jackson, as you were saying, man, we got to register and we got to vote.
You got to go and vote.
And
I want to say this, Judge, and you know and I know. A lot of people don't know. They'll say this about me, but my back is not bent.
no,
I fear nobody but God.
right.
The name of the game now, either you ain't or you can't. You need to get up off it. If you have to wobble to the poll, like Ms. Green say, baby, we need to go to the poll and vote in this election. In District 2, we need to get up and go vote. All of you peoples in Presidential Hill, world country. I've been in Presidential Hill over 12 years. Excuse me, over 50 years. And I never seen it like that. And I want all of you to go and vote. Go and vote for David L. Archie.
This is our, I'm gonna say this because I spoke to supervisor today. And I'm assuring him, because that was Warren Martin, his campaign manager, just called a minute ago.
Yeah.
My aim, and he agreed that he would take part in the debate. I'm talking about Supervisor Smith. He said we get a election date firm, he'll take part in the debate. Well, my aim is for people to get to know who you voting for. That's it.
That's the name of the game.
That's the bottom line.
But Judge, I know the governor. What he gonna do? He gonna wait till the last minute. Take my word. Take my word. Take my word.
Yeah.
He gonna wait till the last minute. That's fine, but what if the last minute come up and you can't come to the radio station?
Right.
So
well, we not gonna let that happen. I'm gonna say that, people.
I think, and I'm gonna say this. David is not here, but that's my godson.
Mm-hmm.
I think he ought to come on and put the cards on the table and say what you're gonna say. I've never met Mr. Smith, no more than seen him in court. I don't know him. I'm into. I want to know what happened to those last books.
He can believe that he's gonna get a fair shake.
Gonna mistreat him?
No, sir.
No.
Go ahead, Carla.
I ain't made keep calling, but y'all need to hear. And what I can make you believe. Listen what I'm saying. I believe in the president. Then I bet I come back with money. You can tell all the table all you want. I don't live by none of that. I live by the law.
You know, if I could tell Trump to come to Jackson and speak to us, I would call him tonight.
He's not coming, brother. He ain't studying. He ain't studying none of us.
We know that. But
he ain't coming.
But what we're going to say, the reality is here. We got a unique situation in Mississippi. When it comes to action, we may not be decide exactly who go in these positions, but we can decide who won't go. When we 40% of the population, and we 40% of the vote, we can definitely get behind the better one, and that's up to evil. We definitely do that. And when it comes to Jackson and Hines, the way they can draw a district that a black person knew they're going to have a white male unless we put him in.
You better believe that.
And Hines County being almost 90% black, these are just facts. These are facts, people. That this ain't wishing and hoping.
Right.
This is facts.
Right.
Go ahead, Carl.
Can they interrupt one more time? They say that the governor of the state of Mississippi, as long as Mississippi's been around, they never have made provision for the people in these tornado bad storm days. They're always going to people, the citizens of Jackson don't never get that one dime that way.
Never. You're right.
That $11 million that the president always give this governor, Y'all don't call that bribery? Cause they bribery to become the be what the president say. The president didn't get no Democrat mayor $11 million, and the mayor of the city, they do not never get a penny of that money that's coming from Washington. They go to beg from Washington. This shit, they never spend it all.
You're absolutely right.
That ain't money.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. This probably
And Hines County being almost 90.
okay. I mean, it was a replay back, but you know the thing is, I think it was Booker T. Washington who said, "Lower your bucket where you are." You know, and right now here we are swimming in money. When I say swimming, we in control of it. That's what I mean. Not a dime can be spent in Jackson unless some black folks say what it's going to be spent on. Now, listen to me close here when I'm saying this. Not a dime can be spent in Jackson unless some black folks say spent on. Not a dime. Can you hear me? With black county supervisors, how can white folks tell them what to spend on our money? Over at the school district, Jackson Public School, $434 million with less than 17,000 students. Where is that money going? Not a dime can be spent unless some black folks. This is what they don't want us to stop and just take a look at this because they're trying to point at what the white folks ain't doing. And here we are in charge of Jackson. We're in charge. We are the government in Jackson. We are the government in Hines County. We are the police department.
Yes, sir.
We are the sheriff's department.
Yeah.
We're in control of Jackson Public Schools and Hines County Public Schools. Now, where should we be pointing the finger, people? This is what we start saying, where is our money going? We're not seeing the results because we keep putting people in office who, as Reverend Jackson said, their back is bent.
Yes,
it's
sir.
Bent. And they shuffling our tax dollars off in directions that it shouldn't be going.
And look at you like you crazy.
Right.
We're not stupid.
We're not stupid or dumb. Go ahead, Carl.
Okay. You know, I told you that David brings his resume and I could present my resume.
Did Supervisor Smith, we're talking right now?
This is Supervisor Smith.
Yes, sir. I'm glad to hear you, brother. I was just telling people that you said you're not afraid of him, that we do this debate and we have a election date that you're willing to stand up and do. So I'm glad you're calling in.
I said that when when the governor sets election day, I don't have an issue debating Mr. Archie. But the issue
that's what I want to hear. That's what the people want to hear.
There you go.
The issue I have is Mr. Archie, it has his crew going around telling lies and doing negative things. I will always stay positive. But Mr. Archie, he can't do nothing. He can't find nothing on me. So when he's trying to smear dirt, I won't stoop to his level.
Well, we're gonna definitely, Supervisor Smith, I'm guaranteeing, this is Shamsuddin, guaranteeing you right now, you will have your fair shake. I told you, and I'm saying this on the line and in front of everybody, I don't have a horse in the race. I want people to hear from either you or him, the both of you, so they can decide which one they think has the best program.
Now,
yes, sir.
He present his resume for what he's done in life, and I present my resume, and we present them to people and see who outstanding. Who?
Well, I think, hey, both of you should do that, and we'll put it out there and give you the opportunity to put it out there, and that's the whole goal, man. People need to know who gonna represent us and be in charge of our money. That's what the goal is right now, Supervisor Smith. You ran a campaign, the people put you there. So now we got supposed to have an election date being set sometime soon. So if the same people want you there and they want you back there, then that's what will happen. But the thing is, we want to be sure that people get a chance, either you or him, which one they think that should be best. Let's see. I appreciate the call. I appreciate you coming.
It's anybody, but
All right, man. Thank you for your call, brother Supervisor. You know, and that's what we talk about, people. The people, cause we thought they were gonna do that. It's time for us to get sophisticated. As I say, you know, white folks will have a 200-year head start on us. They've been in this process. So they kind of know what they need to do and how they need to do. We now need to catch up. We can't afford to have people, like you say, Reverend Jackson, man, they took us and our people down to the fairground in garbage trucks.
Well, you looking
Because
at
we registered people to vote.
listen, Judge, you looking at the main cause of the fairground being full. I'm
Yeah,
the one.
yes.
I'm the one. I'm the one. You know, we went to jail right there off of Lynch and Rose Street in a garbage truck
In a garbage truck.
with maggots in it.
Hey, the whole idea that, you know, that's
for
that
registered to vote.
registered
And when I
people
went to vote, the white man down there, bald head, and back falling all out his mouth, asked me, called me that N word. And so, what you here for?
like you don't know.
I said, boss man, I said, come a little closer. I said, can I borrow a pencil? Kind of calm down. I had him then. I said, I come to, he said, nigga, how many bubbles in a bottle? I say all of them, boss man.
And give me that pencil, let me make my head.
And I made my break, put my John Hancock down there.
Lady Sharif, we down to the last minute, but I want to tell people.
I want to thank my niece tonight for listening. Sister Penny there over there in Rankin County. And we love you and all of the family. And we're praying for the family. And let us pray for this station. And let us pray for ourselves. And everything gonna be everything.
You said a mouthful right there, Reverend Jackson. I want to say this before I end, you know, when these campaigns come about, this is the community station.
That's
Now,
what it
these
is.
people out there running and going on, why don't you bring your money down here and advertise on WMPR? You know, they advertise everywhere else,
Right.
but you know, they want to come on and they want to get on the talk shows for free. But you know,
Now, Judge,
spend some money here. That's what keep this station. But I had to go and close out. Lady Sharif, take us out, lady.
that's Miss Lady Sharif.
Yeah, Judge, white man been appointed district attorney.
Say what?
Yeah, he